Hello, and thank you for calling the Psychic Line. This is Renee. My extension is 2943. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Valentine. Hello, Renee. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Wonderful. Can you please confirm your birthday and that you're the bill payer?
Yes, I am. And it's first of July 1980.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for that. Okay, Valentine, so where would you like to begin?
Basically, how could I put it? I've started a charity. I just wanted to know a bit about. So in Nigeria, there's something that's new that's coming up, kind of thing, in the churches, if you get what I mean. So it's just out of interest, isn't it? You know, like when you follow faiths and movements in faith, you follow it like football teams. It could be like a football team thing. And then when the pastors say one thing, and then when you get the other side from the festival goers and the festival doers for paganism, they do another thing. You know, paganism, they do another thing, and you follow the contradiction in it, if you get what I mean. So there's something going on from where my parents come from in Nigeria, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
And basically, I've been following the new movement. So the pastors are saying that Lucifer's using Nigeria as a base now. So I found that startling because, you know, like Jewish spirits, Jewish people tend to stay away from countries like Nigeria, saying it's economic waste, if you get what I mean. So I found that really amazing. So I was just following it on press, through sermons and stuff like that. So I was just wondering if is there any truth in that, and how does he operate?
Oh, okay. And how does it operate?
Lucifer operates in Nigeria, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through is that make space for the gifts of the spirit to move through you. But you really have to pay attention because you're not super aware of everything that is going around you right now and people. So meaning, yes, you have to look at him. So the message is saying where he is concerned, make sure that you're not mixing business with pleasure because it will be to your detriment. You have to be very...
So are you saying that his spirit is using me?
Give me his name.
No, I'm saying the spirit that I was talking about.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So yes, utilizing you in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly. So yeah, because that's what the opening message was to allow the spirit to move through you.
All right, cool.
Okay, so yes, absolutely. But that is the message, is just be aware of everybody. You're not aware of everybody who's around you and everything that is going on. So obviously there's a lot of moving parts.
All right, cool. I'll get onto that bit later. So how does he operate? Like, there's a movement in Nigeria kind of thing, where there's a church denomination called Luciferianism in Nigeria, and under that is all mini churches. They're like diocese, or you know, like area diocese, and they're mini churches, and they all operate. Some of them bear the same name as each other, and some of them are like. Then after the ones that bear the same name, there's another version of it that call themselves something totally different, and it's linked to the same worship, and the way the press call it is Luciferianism.
Okay.
So I was wondering, would that ever get together? Would it be a one church thing? If your spirit can see it.
Well, yes. the message is saying that you should yield to one being or one boss or one authority figure, and it's a patriarchal or traditional approach is favored. So I'm gonna say yes.
And it's traditionalism that is the way that it should be handled.
Yes. Again, it's saying a time to obey, to define and obey the rules. Give me that name.
Lucifer.
Say that name one more. Okay. Yeah, so basically what you're having to work through right now is through the different levels of people who are practicing. And so just like you said, there's different entities and they're calling themselves different names, but it's kind of the same thing, but it's at different levels of knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
And so you are, what is calling for
What's
you?
funny enough, what is really funny enough, I never even told you that I'm like a church worker in that kind of field. All I asked you was a mere simple question. Is there activity of Lucifer happening in Nigeria? Do you know that?
No, I'm not aware of that. I don't know any of that at all.
No, I just asked you a mere question. Is there activity of Lucifer in Nigeria? And you came up with something that I'm doing within that church, if you get what I mean. So I'll tell you a bit about it, about my cause, my charity work. So with it, there's kids in Nigeria that use a pagan spirit kind of thing. Like Mami Water. I don't know if you heard of Mami Water. And I don't know if you heard of Abanje. Abanje is a witch and wizard. And Mami Water is water worship.
Okay.
And
what is the first one? It's the worship of what?
They're witches and wizards. Abanje.
Okay.
Witches and wizards.
Okay.
That's what I am. That's what the church says I am. And see both of them. See the Christian church, because they use because they're old Nigerians, yeah. They follow back in the day rules, if you get what I mean, like domestic stuff. They use back in the day rules. So when they see a friend's child or family child or someone that's in their church child, and they got influence over that particular family, and that child has the spirit of an Abanje or Mami Water, they will say that child is a servant of blah 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 blah, if you get what I mean. And because of that, they will tell the parents to cast away that child.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? They'll tell the parents to cast away that child or abandon that child, if you get what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's serious.
Yeah, serious stuff. So what my charity about is not a prayer, it's not a worship, it's not a temple, but I'm working with the Coven of White Witches and Wizards. I'm working with the Traditional Worshippers Associations. I'm also working with I'm going to work with a Luciferian church as well, and another priest in another Luciferian church, a prophet. And basically they're going to talk to these kids, merely prep talk, just prep talk to these kids and tell them the value of their spirit. So when these Christian churches are good churches. They tell you how to maintain your life, how to keep in order. They get behind good families. They support people. I'm not demonizing them. I believe in their cause a lot. The world needs it, yeah. But when it comes to that particular spirit, that's when they become the demons.
Right, of course, yes.
Yeah, they become the demons and they start abusing the kids, if you get what I mean. So what I'm doing is getting these people from the other side of the pond and getting them to talk to the kids and show them that these kids have value, real value
Right.
in society, the worth in society, the worth spiritually, the worth in life, and how they can also connect without also going to a church and getting messed up. Some churches help you when it's your uncle, but if it's not your uncle and you walk into these church, like when you're in these churches, some of these churches say, some of the pastors say, we kill Mammy, you know, like Death Row Records. They go, we kill Mammy Water.
Wow.
Serious.
Yeah. No, yeah, I see that good. What I'm getting is profound existential awe and bondage to the elemental forces and divine will that is already predetermined, you know? So here you're in a space of the burden of prophecy and commitment to serve a greater good. So, yeah, this is a time of divine grace in which you have special access to. So be humble despite your achievements and continue channeling your higher source. So I'm getting a yes to that.
All right, cool. And another thing, could you tell me how lucrative my church could be, or recognize it could be in the impact in the other because I'm using the Luciferian church, the Luciferian system of church. I'm sorry, I got a little cold. The Luciferian system of church as a platform to get the message across to these kids.
You have now spent £15. Do you have a name for your church?
Yeah, it's the First Sons of Lucifer Foundation.
Okay.
And I'm using it as a platform to get a positive, to make them feel better about themselves, because it all starts inside. If you feel that you're defeated in life and you're no one in life and you're useless in life, how could you ever believe in yourself to carry yourself forward in life? Because you got an emotional scar.
So when you were talking and I'm asking using the name that you gave me, I'm seeing, I want to say it's I don't know if it's I want to say it's a spirit or a being that is much greater than a human form but can manifest in a human form. So I'm seeing like a young child that can grow to be an older person. And so, but there's wisdom in this child, and as this child grows older, there's wisdom, extreme wisdom in that elder. But what that same energy is showing me itself manifest in different ways, saying that, again, you be very aware of who's on every corner of where you exist, and make sure that you're doing the right precautions to open up properly. So even though you might be using this name to tap into a certain demographic, make sure that you're still using those old ways of properly opening and properly closing, meaning that you're giving the right patronage to the right spirits and whatever offerings it is that they want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. Yeah, so, and again, this message is coming from this energy that transforms into old and young.
So who exactly is that? Who exactly is that to me?
I'm gonna say this is the namesake. I'm gonna say whatever name that you're using, the Luciferian. That is a more modern and I'm gonna say European version of an older name. So it's whoever is the namesake of the spirit that goes back into the old days. This is the one who's coming to you. And what he's telling me is that it doesn't matter if he belongs to you or not. Everybody belongs to him, or everybody has to get through him. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if he sits on your head, but you still have to pay your toll. That's what he's saying. So as long as you don't overstep yourself and you make the proper offerings to the proper spirits, that you will get what you're asking for. But you will not get what you're asking for if you don't make your proper allotments. So it's like kind of like a tithing, like you have to do a tithing, but not
a lot of that. You can imagine with the coven of white witches and wizards, you have to give tidings and make sure it's done properly, and the traditional worshippers association, because I'm a member of the association. I got a journalist, a spiritual journalist that runs a spiritual magazine, and he gets me all the contacts.
Got it. Yeah, and the offerings are very easy, like in the form of like household goods, foods, things like that. Easy things.
Yeah.
Easy things. So the answer is yes, so long as you follow the rules. And if you remember the beginning of the reading, it talked about following the rules, following the one order. So it's okay if like you have to use a different name for branding, but don't forget who the real.
So when you say use a different name for branding, do you mean my normal business?
No. Like the name you're using is fine. Just remember that is not what the spirit wants you to know is that that's not the original name that it goes by. They don't mind, and they know that that's one of the names that they're referred to, but that's not the original name.
So what is the original name?
That I don't know, but you do know. I don't know, but you know. So to just remember, like, always remember that things don't start where you came in, and I know that you know that traditionally. Always, whether you say it to the world isn't important, but you have to acknowledge it and recognize it in your daily toils, that where this comes from. So it's just like paying homage, to no matter what level it's on, you always have to pay homage to where the teachings come from and where they originate. And that's what the big message is. Now it's called this, and you even said that at the beginning of the reading, a lot of people are referring to it under this name. And that's what it's called now because that's acceptable, and that's what the movement is at current. But when it went from Dot, where it was originated, it has a specific name that people still use and know, the old timers.
Yeah, I get
that. This is what the message is. Yeah, and again, I don't know what it is, but he's telling me that you do. Okay.
I probably do know from stuff that I've read about and dreamt about.
Yeah. So, So basically, it's an energy that provides opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. So it's like opportunity, and it doesn't discriminate. So.
Yeah.
And those opportunities are so meaning it doesn't discriminate, can be for anybody who wants to do good or anybody who wants to do bad. The energy is available to both and acceptable. That's what I think. So like in the practice or the teaching, I'm going to say that's probably recognized. Correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
So how recognized would I be? Would I be recognized by the chiefs? Because I'm working under some of them, but would they recognize my work? Because that's the most important thing. Because
right.
someone could come into an environment, they're accepted, but when they're performing, they say it's a load of crockery. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. So this goes back to the beginning of the reading when it says when I shared with you that you're not completely aware of everybody and everything that's happening in your surroundings.
Yeah.
And that it was very important for you not to mix business with pleasure, because it would bring detriment. So as we're talking now, again, the message is saying, failure to recognize your personal goals and, business and pleasure brings despair and separation from joy. So make sure that you're not cutting yourself off or cutting your nose off to spite your face. So what I'm seeing here is, there's going to be a lot of attention focused on what you're doing because it's out in the public and people are paying attention to it. So you're going to get critics, you're going to get supporters, you're going to get believers, and you're going to get disciples.
Right, cool.
So you're going to get a lot of it. So a lot of people are going to recognize the work. Some are going to love it, some are not, because just like anything, some things are for some people and some are for not. So, but I think you already are having that experience where a lot of people are talking about what you're doing, because are you broadcasting it?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because it seems like it's going across a lot of like syndicates. It's like it's able to be like people are hearing it and hearing it via something. So like it's being like it's broadcast. That's what I'm getting. So a lot of people are being
judgmental.
So then of course,
judgmental.
Well, no, again, some people yes, but other people no. So some people are like really riding with it and they like understand it. Some people think it's dark. Some people are trapped in the past. They're like, oh, that's not right. So again, you're having all these different people who are acknowledging it. So when you say recognized, yes. Criticized, yes. Adored for it, yes. Followers, yes. You're going to get everything. So this is one of those moments. Just like when I was explaining to you about this energy that was giving you the message of the name, that it doesn't discriminate. So when it opens you up to things, not everything is all good. You have to be able to have a thick skin and be able to have like the wit to be able to deal with the harmony and the disharmony of what this experience is going to bring, because you are tapping into a very a sacred space and private space and important space to a lot of people, and some people feel very protective over their teachings. Others have never had teachings and this is new to them, so they're excited about it. And then others don't remember, but they're trying to reconnect. So it's like you've got three different things. And then of course,
and now you're talking about my spirits that I use.
But this is in the manifest of your project. So I'm not talking about the spirits. I'm about this is how the project unfolds.
So when you say, and then who are they? The people. So people that need to reconnect with it. Are they people?
Yes. These are all the different people. Yeah. Because it's not maybe you have just a YouTube page, but it feels like however people are getting access to it, there's also other things that people gravitate to that source to. So maybe it's local radio, so you have a lot of different people listening or having access to it that are hearing the message.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying some people are old school and they're not in agreement. Some people are afraid and some people are really moved by it. So you're tapping into three different specific demographics of people that you're, in addition to everybody in between that you're not aware of. So it will be recognized, some of it rewarded, some of it not. And that's what the whole message is about.
Cool.
Sometimes when we do good work, we just don't receive the good. You might receive, a lot of money, but there also might be a lot of headache to go along with it. So this is, again, the message of the spirit. It's tricky. You can't have one without the other, so you have to know that going into it so that you can balance walking into it and not get elated in the detriment or in the joys of it. And that's why the message keeps saying not to mix your business with your pleasure.
All right, cool. Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Of course. Well,
Thank
good. Yeah, so just move forward and remember, slow and methodical. That's always the way. If it comes fast, it goes fast. So take your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, may the force be with you. Thank you for your time. All right. Bye-bye.